This is going to be one heck of a close race. And if you think I'm kidding you, I'm not, okay? I actually got the endorsement of the National Organization. That's half the people in the United States, okay? When we talk about the National Organization of Women. And they keep talking about how they're so left. You know, I hear this kind of thing. So they say, here's some really radical ideas for you. They want women to be equal. Okay? I mean, I want you to think about that for one moment, because they keep talking about the left. You know, Steve is left. All right? That's a really radical idea. They like women, for example, to get paid the same as men. That's a really radical idea. Would you all agree with me? I mean, they'd like women to be able to be promoted. You know, like to pass the glass ceiling. That's a radical idea. Last week, I also got the endorsement of the 504 Democrats. Okay? If you don't know who they are, but the disabled. That's the disabled pack, and they do a great job. They've been around for 25 years. They decided that they would endorse us on Sunday on the steps of the City Hall. I want you to think about that. Those steps where really are, when you think about it in the history of almost all governments, there's always been a symbol, okay, of power. And yet these people, and neither one of them has ever run for office or tried to run for office, has never been able to stand on those steps, the people that were there. And I got to tell you that my heart went out to them, and I thanked them so much. And I said, I walked down off the steps, and I said, I will not talk from them when I'm with you. And to me, I look at that, and they say, here's another group, radical ideas, right? They like to be equal. I mean, this equality thing is really going to catch on someday. Okay? Do you like the signs? Oh, no. Do you like the signs? You know why we put those signs out there? We have to get our message out. So what are we going to do? Put a sign up there that says Steve Harrison for Congress? Everybody knows that's what I'm running for. Okay? That's what I'm out there for. What you have to put down there is the things that tell people what you're about. And so for the first time in history, we said to ourselves, and we spent a lot of time on that, we said we want to tell people not just my name, but what I stand for. And you know, I can't tell them in one word or 2 words what I stand for, but I can tell them what I consider to be the important issues. Want peace? There's a radical idea for you too, right? Another one, right? Wonder if that one will ever catch on, Gene, okay? Want peace, right? You want to know what my answer to that is? Take off the question mark. Want peace. Okay, that's what I want. And I tell people right at the bottom, HarrisonForCongress.com. You know why I tell them HarrisonForCongress.com? Because I don't want to just tell them that I want peace. I want them to understand what it says on my website. You really want to understand what I'm about? Go home, look on the website, HarrisonForCongress.com. You know the name Harrison is in there. And when they go on there, they'll find out that Steve Harrison is one of the 10 people who wrote the responsible plan to end the war in Iraq. Right? And that is a plan that is across the entire United States of America. And when somebody says, and I've read this any number of times on the blogs, they say, well, you know, he doesn't really have a plan here. I said, are you kidding me? There's a 34-page plan on how we're going to bring peace, not only to Iraq, but to this country. Okay, peace within ourselves. Because we have so much that we have to do to restore this nation. Okay, so what it tells you about in that peace plan, okay, that's now endorsed by 50 candidates across the United States, and many of them, and about 4 or 5, if I'm not wrong, candidates for the United States Senate. Right? You know what it tells you? It tells you not only how we have to bring our troops home now, you agree with that? We're on the same page with that one? But it tells you that we have to bring peace to that region. And it says we've got to talk with the people in that region. Not just the people that we like, but we have to talk with the people that don't like us. So you have to have high-ranking diplomacy with a place called Iran. Otherwise, we're going to be back where we are right now. And I hope you agree with that. That's only one of the signs. Okay? You need health care? You think that that's something that's resonating with people out there? You're darn right it's about needing health care. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people. Do you know that almost every union out there, when they ask you about the plans that they have, these elaborate plans, I always find it so easy to answer these questionnaires when they come out there. They say to me, well, you know, would you support if we did this and we did that with health care? And they say, well, I'd support those things, except I really prefer single-payer health care because it takes care of all of them. For a long time, put it in the Medicare model, let's get that thing moving. What else we have? This is the most popular question I have found, right? Do you support offshore drilling? Do you support offshore drilling? You know why? Because we have people out there convincing them that if you drill, in a year, their prices are going to come down. And they think that's going to happen. You know what? When I stand in front of them and I explain to them, I say, even the oil companies, I don't even blame the oil companies for this one, all right? Because they say it. They say that it's going to take you 10 to 15 years before the oil in that ground gets into your tank. 10 to 15 years from in the ground into your tank. Okay? I want you to think about that. All right? Saving grace in this nation right now is really a green economy. When we're talking about a green economy, I'm not talking about a false green economy where we throw in offshore drilling and where we throw in, that these are things that we just kind of use to make people feel good. What we have to do is recognize, I think Al Gore is 100% right, what we have to do is within a 10-year period of time. I said it 2 years ago, so I'm talking 8 years now, okay? What we have to do right now is we have to turn, okay, to wind power, to solar power, okay? We have to turn to geothermal, to hydroelectric, right? We have to turn to all of these things, and the reason we turn to these things is that within a very short period of time, we can actually start making electricity cost less, putting money back in the pockets of the people in this room. Gas pump blues, I don't want there to be any more gas pumps in 10 years. I want those to be electric cars. And I want those electric cars to be driven by the wind. That's what I want those cars to be driven by. And we can do that. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Sure.